Okay, so let's dive right into the secret societies at the absolute heart of H.P. Lovecraft's terrifying universe. We're going to go beyond just the monsters to really understand the humans who worship them and what their really twisted beliefs tell us about the darker corners of our own history and, our own psychology. This one sentence, it pretty much captures the entire philosophy we're exploring today: cosmic horror. It's this idea that our whole understanding of reality is just a fragile little raft, and what lies beyond it isn't just unknown, it's completely unknowable, and frankly, it does not care about us at all. So the terror here doesn't come from monsters jumping out at you. It comes from the crushing weight of reality itself. The fear isn't that some creature is going to kill you. It's that the universe doesn't even notice you're there. And it's from this exact philosophy that some of the most disturbing cults in all of fiction are born. All right, let's get into our first case study and see how this cosmic dread can really take root in a single, decaying town. We're heading to the ill-rumored, evilly shadowed seaport of Innsmouth. Anyone who visited this place talked about this pervasive, unforgettable fishy smell, and just this universal sense of secrecy and furtiveness. The buildings were literally crumbling, the people were shambling around, and you just couldn't shake the feeling that you were being watched by unseen eyes. Now, this quote is describing the dreaded Innsmouth look. And listen, this wasn't just some clever turn of phrase. It was a visible, physical sign of the town's deep, deep corruption, a biological marker of a pact that was made a long, long time ago. So here's the crucial point. This wasn't a cult based on some abstract belief system. This was a practical, terrifying bargain. They traded their humanity not for some vague spiritual reward, but for cold hard cash and eternal life. It was basically cosmic horror turned into a corporate merger. And that, right there, is what makes our second cult so jarringly different. While the people of Innsmouth just wanted to improve their own lives, this next group, well, they want to end all life as we know it. And this question takes us from a local horror story, a single town's secret deal, to a truly global philosophical terror. What could possibly motivate a worldwide conspiracy that isn't looking for power or money? The answer is nothing. Or maybe the end of everything. Just look at this comparison. It's night and day. The Dagonists are driven by simple greed. But the Cthulhu cult? They're driven by pure nihilism. They aren't trying to rule whatever world emerges from the ashes. They just want to burn everything down. I mean, their endgame isn't to rule. It's to unleash an age of pure animal savagery and chaos. They believe that humanity's laws, our morals, our sanity, these are all just chains. And awakening Cthulhu is the only way to break them, plunging the entire world into a permanent, violent party at the end of time. Okay, so where did all this come from? Because these cults, as fantastical as they are, they didn't just appear out of a vacuum. They were actually born from some very real, very human fears from Lovecraft's own time. The historian Richard Hofstadter actually coined this term, the paranoid style, to describe this recurring theme in American history, this fear of secret groups, of hidden cabals, and of invaders who are supposedly threatening to corrupt and overthrow the culture. Sound a little familiar? This table just lays it all out, plain as day. The fictional horror of these cults is a direct reflection of real social and political anxieties of the early 20th century. The fear of the Innsmouth look directly mirrors the awful obsessions of the Eugenics movement. The description of the Cthulhu cultists as this group of low, mixed-blood people, that taps right into the nativist fear of immigrants. Lovecraft was literally weaponizing the paranoid style of his era to create his horror. So, what's the ultimate takeaway from all these tales of cosmic and earthly dread? After all the ancient gods and fish people, what is the final, lingering horror that stays with us? And this is the final twist in the knife. The story of Innsmouth ends with the narrator, after fleeing in absolute terror, he discovers his own bloodline is tainted through his grandmother. And what does he do? He doesn't fight it. He chooses to embrace it. He decides to go back to the sea. And that really brings us to the final, unsettling question, doesn't it? Lovecraft's cults suggest that the terror of an uncaring, infinite universe is maybe matched only by our fear of each other and, our fear of the dark, hidden parts of ourselves. The call isn't just coming from the stars, it's coming from inside the house. Which leaves us with a final, chilling thought. The cults of the mythos might be fiction, but the human impulses they represent, the lust for power, the desire for total annihilation, the fear of the other, and the strange allure of the monstrous, well, they never truly go away. They're always there, just waiting beneath the surface for the right moment to crawl out.